Also touch on his international career and how that's been for him. And he joined AB1GK to wear our gloves earlier on this year, and I want to ask him why he's chosen to wear our brand. He's due to join me very... Let's have a look and see if he's here, ready to go. And we will get our hi from Singapore. Great to have you along. You could join in, ask questions as we go as well. It'd be great to get your questions to Michael as well. And anything you may want to ask him, you'd be more than welcome to join in as the Q&A goes today. I've got a list of questions that I want to talk about. And yes, we will get you guys involved as well. Hi from Denmark. Great to have you. Asmir's here as well. Thank you for joining me, Asmir. It's good to have you watching. I think Michael is here, ready to go. That's going to invite him in now. Michael is here. I'm going to go live. Just waiting for that to connect. Michael, how you doing?
Hi, I'm doing fine, thank you.
You can hear me okay?
I can hear you clear and sound.
Brilliant. Thank you for joining me today.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, it's a pleasure. I want to talk to you about your career, and what I'd like to do is try and get some people involved as well. We've got a good few viewers at the moment as well, which is fantastic. I just want to talk about your career and what you've been up to over the last couple of weeks. How's just to kick off, how's coronavirus affected you where you are?
As of this moment, the league has been postponed twice, and tomorrow there's a meeting between the Thai FA and the clubs about when we can start again. So right now we're just in a standstill, like the rest of the world.
Yeah, are you in lockdown there, Michael?
There's a lockdown, but it's not a total lockdown. All the shopping malls are closed, and there's a curfew as well from 10 p.m. to 4 a.m. I think. So it's not a total lockdown, but it's not the same as before. That's for sure.
Yeah. Are you able to continue to train with your club, or is that stopped as well?
We've been training in groups of 5, mostly in the gym.
Yeah.
And through Zoom meetings as well. But we have trained just a little bit with the goalkeepers because we're a small group also. So it's not been the same, but it's been okay. Are
you still doing a fair bit of ball work then? You and the keepers, you're still doing your day-to-day drills and continuing to train to an extent.
Yeah, we just had a session today as well. So you can already feel that you lack some kind of some fitness, but I think as soon as we get the normal training in, then it's gonna be fine. But I can feel a different already, actually.
Yeah, you feel different as a player. When was your last game? When did you last play a game?
I think it was in March.
Oh, so some
game.
time ago. Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
A bit of time ago. Are you missing it now? Missing the games?
Yeah, missing the game for sure. You can feel like it's not the same. Yeah, the time just goes slowly right now.
Yeah.
And it's just an uncertain time right now. You don't know when you're gonna play, when you're gonna start, and how this virus is gonna end.
Yeah. Yeah, it's certainly worrying times, isn't it? But we're totally missing football like you are. And today I wanted to kind of give our viewers something to really enjoy, and then we're going to talk about your career and how you made it to become a professional footballer. I'm going to go right back to the very start now, if that's okay. Let's talk about, how did you start out in goalkeeping? Was it your ambition to become a goalkeeper, or was it just something that's kind of just fell upon you?
I started as a goalkeeper actually at the age of 5 or 6. I had these playing cards from the Premier League that you can collect, I always find it fascinating with the keepers. So I started as a goalkeeper, and actually I was quite good, but the team I was playing for was too good at the time. So we were beating other teams 8-9-0, 10-0, and didn't even had a lot to do. So I changed my position to outfield player actually after 1 or 2 years, and I stayed that way in a long time before I got in the goal again.
Yeah. And how tall are you?
191
Yeah,
centimeters.
you're fairly tall then. So perfect for a goalkeeper. I was watching some of your videos on YouTube and some of the saves you make, and I was really impressed with what I see. It's only until you started wearing our brand, I started sort of doing some research into you as a player, like I do all our players, and you're well thought of where you are, aren't you? The fans love you there. How's it been where you are at the moment at Bangkok United?
I'm so happy and excited to stay at my club here in Thailand. I've been here for 2 years, and I just extended my contract for 3 years. So I'm very excited to stay here and be a part of the team and hopefully win a league title as the club's big ambition.
Yeah,
We've been fairly close. The first season I got here, we got second place, and last season we just missed out on the cup final. But this year was supposed to be the year. We started with 4 games, 4 wins. So unfortunately, the league stopped because of this. But what can
yeah.
you do?
Yeah, going back to the start again. Growing up as a young kid, and obviously you got into goalkeeping at a young age. Who was your hero growing up?
Actually, it was Peter Schmeichel. When I was a kid, he was one of the greatest. Also, I heard stories about how good he was when he was in the 90s, especially early 90s, and I was born in 91, so I didn't see the Europe World Cup, Euro Cup, what do you call it,
Yeah,
in Sweden. So I just saw some videos also from his time, and when I got older, I followed him in the Manchester United as well, and it was just a big inspiration at the time.
yeah, phenomenal goalkeeper, wasn't he? Great idol to have, that's for sure.
Sure, that's true.
Yeah, there's so many YouTube videos of him as well. If you look through, they're just so he just made just so many saves, didn't he? And I had a guest last week, and we were talking about Edwin van der Sar as well, and we were talking about what a
Yeah,
great goalkeeper he was as well. If we look back
yeah.
over the years, there's been just so many good goalkeepers, isn't there? But Peter does stand out, that's for sure. Um, talking about your career. So how did it progress
Uh,
from
yeah,
from an early age?
I came from a small city, and I needed to change my club to follow my dream. So I started to play football in Brøndby.
Yeah,
So they're one of the biggest clubs also in Denmark, and
you're born
I
in
played
Denmark.
born in Denmark also,
Yeah,
yes. So I started that club from I was maybe 12, I think, and was still in. I think I was a winger at the time when I
yeah,
came and joined the club. Um, and then I got suddenly so many injuries. I think because I was growing too fast. I had so many problems with my groin, my back. So I started to miss out on the games, sitting on the bench, and my mom suddenly asked me, "Why you don't just go in the goal again? You were so good at when I started."
yeah.
And actually, I just followed her advice, and suddenly I was playing again and having fun, and my progress was just skyrocketing at the time. And
Mm.
my goalkeeper trainer was really happy, not happy for me, but also the way I was, and he really inspired me also at the time to keep on working hard. And yeah, all through my youth career, I was in Brøndby and also got some games. Yeah, and that's.
What gloves were you wearing at the time, Michael? What goalie gloves did you wear?
I was wearing a Danish brand called Select.
Yeah, I remember. Yeah,
Uh, so I've been wearing that brand for almost my entire career until last year when I switched to AB1 GK. So actually, it's been that's been my brand until now.
Yeah.
And
What was your first pair of gloves? While we're talking about gloves.
oh, I can't remember actually. It's so
Long
long
time
time
back.
ago.
Long time back.
So long time ago.
A lot of goalkeepers collect their gloves or certain memorable gloves, sort of for specific games or had standout performance, maybe cup final. Is that something that you've ever done, or something you've not really fussed you?
With gloves, no, not really. It's mostly been jerseys. If I
Jerseys.
had to collect
Yeah.
some, all my gloves, I think they wear out quickly and they kind of get old, smelly.
Yeah.
So I tend to when they're worn out, I tend to give them to uh, all the kids or some goalkeepers that are needing gloves more.
Nice touch. Yeah. Yeah.
So for me, I just think that's a more good way to keep the gloves, yeah,
Yeah. No, it's
going.
not. They just dry out, don't they? They just dry out and just become brittle. Have you got a lot of jerseys, collector's jerseys from over the years? Any standout ones in particular?
Not a lot actually. I've played with and against with some good players, but I haven't been the one that's always pursuing to get other people's jerseys. That's been mostly in my time since I joined the Bangkok United and the national team that I started to collect gym jerseys because
Mm.
someone was asking, and suddenly my kids also wanted to use them at home and want to wear them, and for me it was just so fun to see they enjoy it as well.
Yeah.
Other clubs, other club jerseys, they like to see other colors and other different badges. So that's just for
Yeah.
me fun to watch.
No, that's good. Your family all based there with you in Thailand.
Yeah, they're
Ha
here with me from day one.
Yeah. How many children do you have?
I have two boys,
Two boys, both into football?
both into football too much actually. They play football every day, and now they just started playing FIFA also on the PlayStation. So
Yeah.
they can't get enough actually.
Any signs of a goalkeeper between either of them, or?
We have one, the smallest one. Always want to wear the goalkeeper jerseys and put the gloves on,
Fantastic.
and
Brilliant.
the oldest one want to be Ronaldo. So it's
Oh, wow. But next time I send you some gloves, I'll make sure we get some maybe one junior gloves for your son anyway, for sure, so he can follow
that
in your footsteps.
that would be nice. That would be nice.
Yeah. No, we would definitely do that. Talking about your career, 2015, was a tough year. You had a serious injury with your ACL. Talk to me about that. It sounded like a nasty injury and a long layoff for yourself.
Yeah, that was for me a career defining moment. I just signed with the Odense in Denmark after
Yeah.
playing for my youth club and my a club I've been in for 13 years, I think. So I signed with this club to get more playing time and pursuing my dream of becoming the first choice. Um, and I worked hard in the preseason, got the first choice, and then 4 or 5 games in the season, I get my ACL torn
Bad
and was out
injury.
for a year. Yeah,
Wow.
so that was not a fun time. And looking back, it's given me so much uh, experience mentally,
Yeah.
but also as a person that like football is a lot to me, but my family also means the world. So um, you get some perspective also on things when things like this happen.
Yeah.
And for me, it was just like a dream, um, a nightmare actually, a dream crushed.
Yeah.
Just I got the first choice, and then it was taken away from me in such a quick time.
Yeah. And it was hard to come back from that. Like you say, it's a defining moment in any footballer's career, and to come back from that and to play again Must have been
Yeah,
a phenomenal moment. Tell me about your first game back after that injury. What was that feeling like?
it was amazing. The first thing that the club did, they went out to get some new goalkeepers, trying to replace me, and it didn't really work out. And then they got a new keeper almost at the time I was coming back, and he did exceptionally well. His name is Sten Grødebust and played now for FC Copenhagen, also a Norwegian international. Um, did amazing. Won the we call it the Golden Cage in Denmark for the best keeper in the leagues.
Yeah,
So he
that's super
so
good.
he he grabbed the chance when I was injured, and coming back after that it was hard to regain my spot. So I came back. He got injured a little bit, and then I got some games. I think I played the last 8 or 10 games of the season. No, or maybe 8 games. I think I cannot remember. It's so long time now. But it was amazing. I played so good. I felt like I gained so much experience mentally. The pressure was kind of off
Yeah,
of my shoulders. I didn't need to show anything than myself that I can play again. And the team and I did very good actually, and was close to get a ticket for the Europe League qualification. Um, but at that moment, I knew that I wasn't the first choice when I came back. I started to looking for something new actually. So when I started playing again, I was already in contact with another club to join them in Denmark. Yeah, and now
and
I'm
where
here in
did you?
Thailand, so
Yeah,
it's
and Thailand, you've enjoyed it. How's it been since you've moved there?
it's been amazing. It's been so different from the Europe way. I know there's a lot of people that's asking me like, is this why did you go there? It's different type of career path.
Yeah,
Not a lot of goalkeepers from Europe tends to go abroad to Asia. But my mom is Philippines,
yeah, I saw that. Yeah,
and there was a way that I could get the quota for the Thai league also as an Asian player, and I just needed the passport for the Philippines. So yeah, it's it's been a different career path for me,
yeah,
but
an exciting one
as
though.
a, and excited as well as a whole. I got a lot of experience, got a lot of great people, and my family as well also have a lot of experience now. First time we're living abroad from Denmark, and
Yeah,
now it's the third year we're here, so we're enjoying
yeah,
it.
it's flown by. Let's talk about international football for you now, Michael, and how's that been? You're representing um the Philippines now. Is that
Yeah,
correct? Yeah.
that's correct. Yeah,
Yeah, have you played many games for them yet? Have you been involved a fair amount now?
I think I played around 14 games now.
Yeah,
I started in was it 2000 and 2018. Played a lot of games now. There's also another goalkeeper actually from the UK, Neil Etheridge,
yes, yeah, I know, yeah.
goalkeeper from Cardiff. Um, he's been away a lot as well because of club duties, and when I came in, he was not able to play as many matches as maybe he wanted to. And then I joined the team, and I played a lot of games, and also the Asian Cup, the Suzuki Cup.
That's all right. Yeah, how
So
was it? Was it
so
good?
the Asian Cup was amazing. What an experience! We played in Dubai and Abu Dhabi, and playing against South Korea, China. It was an amazing experience. All the details around the tournament was something that I will never forget, and I think also the players in the tournament will look back and I think it's a huge accomplish also for the national team of the Philippines that's never been qualified for the tournament. So all around, it's been an amazing experience from the time I joined the national team.
You say it's highlight your career so far, Michael?
I would say so, yes.
Yeah.
If I get a league title here in Bangkok United, maybe that will highlight as well. But
that's the next big thing, isn't it?
It is.
Just once you pick the season up and get running again, you just need to go for it, don't you? And just keep those wins coming. So it's great that you're getting international football. I'm really pleased for you. I think it's fantastic that what you're doing there, and it's great to have you as a part of. Asma's just saying as well. It's great to have you part of the AB1 GK team. So let's talk about your gloves. You've chosen to wear our brand, which is brilliant. I've been doing all the ID on your gloves, and I send them out to you from our base here. Tell me what persuaded you to come over to AB1 GK, because you said the brand you were before you wore for a long time, and then obviously you've come over to us. What was the key to that?
At the end of the season last year, I was Ashmere approached me and asked me if I want to try his gloves, and I found it interesting that the gloves look actually really decent, and I was also myself looking for some new gloves because my sponsor was not providing me gloves to Asia because they don't have a market here anymore. So from the end of the last year, it was finished with the contract, and I was looking for some new gloves to wear. But I'm a very picky guy. I want the best.
Yeah.
So that's also why I played with the brand before, because in my opinion, it was one of the best brands. And something you need as a goalkeeper, you need to be sure that you're confident in your gloves. And it's like with outfield players with their boots, you need to be confident in what you wear and make sure that you can trust the gloves. I know it sounds a little bit corny, but you need to do that.
Yeah.
Because in situations, it happens so fast in the games, you have like a split second to react, and if you're not trusting yourself and trusting the gloves, then you're not in a automatic mode, or what do you call it, to save the balls. And you need to be that and be certain that you are 100% ready and comfortable in what you wear.
Which model have you chosen to wear? Just to let our viewers know the model that you've been wearing for us. Yeah,
I've been choosing negative.
Yeah, the negative cut, the Uno icon. Yeah, it's fantastic glove. The grip's good, isn't it? You've been impressed with the grip on them.
I've been very impressed with the grip. Actually, when I started to try some gloves, I tried some different brands. I started with the AB gloves, and from then on, I tried some different gloves to see how they fit and how the grip was. And for me, the best one was these ones with the negative cut.
They're a lovely
amazing
fit.
Amazing grip, good fit, and it just feels really comfortable to wear them, and you can from the first catch you can feel already in how the glove sits, how the ball sits well in the gloves. So if anyone looking for some gloves, they should try this glove for sure. I can definitely recommend it.
Thank you. I know we were chatting to a goalie coach earlier on last week, or latter part of last week even, and he was saying to us that the young goalkeepers coming through, it's so important to get the gloves correct. And like you say, it's a trust thing as well. And talking about young goalkeepers, there'd be loads of young goalkeepers tuning in, watching this now, and they'll probably watch it later on once we finish. If there's any bit of advice that you could give to any young goalkeeper making it in the game, what would it be, Michael?
Of course, choosing your gloves is a really important thing. You need to be very comfortable and very happy with your gloves, because if you're not, then that's like 50% of your game. I will also say that you need to to really be sure that you're working hard and doing the things, the small goals you set up for yourself to improve. Because it's a long way from becoming a professional goalkeeper.
Yeah, very difficult.
It's difficult because there's only one spot in the team, and it's also a lot of mental pressure on a goalkeeper. Doing mistakes, it's inevitable. It will happen, and
Yeah.
you need also from the early age to understand that it's a part of the game, and you need to keep the. Of course, you don't want to do mistakes ever, but it happens, and you need to understand that it's a part of the game,
Yeah.
and get over it as soon as possible for the next ball, for the next save, and yeah, it's. I got a message from one kid that said that he got his confidence was broken after someone said that he couldn't make it or he couldn't do it because he had a bad game. And for me, it was just like, it's one game, you know.
Yeah. You have to bounce back.
You have to bounce back, and a goalkeeper's career is different from normal players. You tend to peak at an older age than field players do. So you have so much time to learn and to develop your game. So it's a long way to be the perfect version of you as a goalkeeper. So my advice is just to keep learning, keep getting inspiration from goalkeepers out there. Look at what they do, and then try to do your own thing and try to interpretate what you call it, the way they're doing, and feel the way that works for you, and your game will improve. Sure.
Even though you're over in Thailand at the moment, do you still, we're talking about inspiration of other goalkeepers. Do you look across back into Europe and look at goalkeepers, and is there anyone in particular that you kind of like, you watch and kind of, they're just got that edge that you want to sort of follow in their footsteps, or just to really sort of like inspire you as a goalkeeper?
I find inspiration in a lot of goalkeepers actually. I don't just look at one. I tend to look at everyone, even those I haven't seen or I haven't heard of before. Like, they just pop up sometimes with good saves or a good game, and then I see, oh, this guy is really good, and does he have any good games or any good saves I haven't seen before. But there's a lot of keepers that I find inspiration in, Premier League keepers as well. And if you want names, I can also name drop, but all of them have different techniques and different style and different attributes. But for myself, I'm more like a playing from the back kind of goalkeeper. And I also like the way that like City does it from my perspective. The playing style is something that suits me well. And
that's nice.
Yeah, it's there's a lot of. Huh?
You had a nice comment just come through there. Hello, best goalkeeper in the Thai league.
Thank you.
It's a nice comment to come through. Talking about the Thai league, Asmir just dropped in and put a question on there a minute ago, and it's a good one actually. How does the atmosphere compare over in Thailand and the Thai league compared to Europe? Is it massively different?
I would say that the Thai people are very passionate about football. Seeing the national team when they play, it's just a huge party, huge. I think like a British way to embrace football. Also, they love football, and in the games, the atmosphere here is also, when you play the big games, it's a very, very good, and sometimes also a hard atmosphere to play in. We have some clubs that are having great numbers showing up to the games, and I think they love football, but it's been difficult to get the numbers so high because of also a lot of other things going on. But in general, they love football here in Thailand. the difference from Europe is, I can only speak for myself because I only played in Denmark, and some games I've been on the bench in the Europe League. The atmosphere is different from place to place in Europe as well, and so it's also in Asia. But when I play with the national team, I played in Singapore and Indonesia and China. The atmosphere there is crazy. It's really something that I didn't know before as a Danish boy coming from Europe. Suddenly in a whole new part of the world. It's just so many new things, so many new cultures, and I just found out that the way they love football here in some countries is beyond incredible. So it's been something that I will take home also, and can say that these people actually they love football as much as everyone else do.
Like I was saying, that you're very well thought of there. That is for sure. The comments coming through are ever so nice. Yeah, how do you see your career? Sort of like, what's your ambitions now? You're still fairly young. You're having a great time there. Your career's in full flow. How do you see it panning out at the moment? Do you have any sort of aspirations to go back to Europe, do you think, or?
I had actually some interest from some clubs in Europe from last season, but my goal is actually to get a league title or a cup title for my club here. I think in a way I owe them something. They bought me from FC Midtjylland, and I wanted to give something back in a way that a title can. So that's my ambition to get a title and also get the club to play in the Champions League, AFC Champions League. That could be something that would be something the club really aims for and will be groundbreaking for the club.
We've got a question come through. What do you most miss about Denmark?
Of course, my family and friends. I'm in Denmark once a year, and it's mostly in the winter because the season here is from start year to the end of the year. So we don't have a break in the summer like the Europe League does. So I also miss the Danish summers. And I try to watch some games also in Denmark when I come, but mostly the leagues is also stopped when I arrive in Denmark. But yeah.
Are the playing conditions a lot different there over in Thailand compared to back in Denmark?
I would say yes. The humidity here is really high, and the way that the people play here in Thailand compared to Europe is different. You can't just press for 90 minutes, 94 minutes straight. You'll be dead. So it's a different game. It's more like individual individuals that have to create the game or create a game for your team to win. Then normal in Europe, the whole team defend together and attack together. Here it's a bit different in that way. And also when we get to the raining season, the conditions here are also it's very different. There's water everywhere, and it's almost impossible to play from the ground.
Difficult as a goalkeeper, I bet as well.
Yeah, it's very difficult. So wet, and also for the team as well. We like to play from the back, and when you cannot play because of the pitch, then you tend to play long balls, and that's not the way we want to play. And that's also some of the games we lost last year was because of the weather. Because when we start to play long balls, then we're losing our advantage in the game.
Yeah. Are you working with the goalkeeping coach on a day-to-day basis there as well?
Yeah, we have also a foreign goalkeeper coach from Slovakia. So he's the head of the goalkeeper department in our team, and of course been close to him since I came, and trying to develop my game as well as the other keepers. But he's been very important actually for me also as well. Even when I played for the national team, he would send some analysis of the games. We're always looking to find some details in the game or in the saves or in the goals that I concede to see what I could have done differently to improve the game or my game. So it's always, I think goalkeeper is like a bit nerdy. You have to look in the details to get the last percentage of your potential, and that's what my goalkeeper coach have trying to get out of me. That we look at a lot of the details to get
attention to detail so much, and you've got a coach that's going to that extra mile. It, like you say, it's only going to develop you as a keeper. Behind the scenes, sort of, during training on a build up to a match, do you spend a lot of time sort of analysing the other team, looking at sort of key players, maybe looking at sort of like maybe back at mistakes and just looking to iron certain parts of the game out and how you want to play? Is that done a lot now?
Yeah, actually, that's a big part of the game right now. We are always analyzing the opponents and also the previous games. So before the game, every game, we go to our team hotel, even it's a home game or away game. We stay at the hotel, and we always have the same routine of coming after the training, eating dinner, and then we go to the meeting room and watch the previous game if we played before, and also in the morning, the day after, we go to the meeting room, and then we have a look on the opponent and what they tend to do. If they have something in particular they do in every match, it could be set pieces, it could be the style of their playing, long balls, or it could be something else, a particular player we have to look for. Then of course we're looking at that, and as well as the penalties and the free kicks, we're really detailed about who's shooting, which area he tends to shoot over the goal, over the wall or the goalkeeper side. Do we have a preference? All of that combined, we're looking at to just gain a little bit of advantage in the game, and it's a big part of our game actually.
Looking to find that extra edge, which is so good. You were talking about you go off to the hotel before home and away games. Talk to me about sort of dietary requirements. Are they very strict on sort of how the players eat and what you eat and when? Is that fairly strict there as well?
Yeah, so we get fat measurements as well, and also in these times when the virus is on, we still have to keep monitoring our weight and our fat percentage as well. So of course it's different when we play games than we do in the off season. In off season, it's a bit more strict if we come back, but in the games we play so many games that it just from game to game. Of course, we're getting tested, but it's not the same importance than in the off season.
No, it's interesting to hear.
Yeah.
No, thank you. I'm looking back across your career now, and you've told me about where you've come from and where you are now. Looking back, what's the best save that you've made, or a standout game that in particular for you that stands out above anything else?
And that's difficult because I have so many saves. No,
You could say that.
no, no. That's difficult. This is difficult to
So
say
many
and point one
moments.
save out.
Yeah.
There's very many moments, and sometimes also see the saves, maybe the YouTube, and then I recall the game or the saves, and then
Yeah,
I
I forgot
think,
about
wow,
that one. Yeah.
But I had a game for my first year. We didn't start as good as we could have wanted, and we played one game in Port. It's another club here, Port FC, and we had a clean sheet and a lot of, for me, good saves, and a turning point in the season, because after that we started a winning series of 11 games in a row,
Wow.
as a new record in the league for our club, and I had a lot of good saves in that match, and it was my first season at the club, and my teammates still didn't know who I was or what I was capable of. So I think it was a defining moment of my first year, that I had a game like that.
Yeah.
Because sometimes you have a game that you just think of, this game was out of this world, or you have a
Yeah.
defining moment like this. This was unbelievable what happened. When you think about it in hindsight, and
Yeah.
then this game was just incredible for me and my confidence, and also everyone's eyes upon you. So
Yeah.
I think this game was very important for me to show what I was capable of, and also for my teammates as well.
Gives you that extra belief, doesn't it?
It does. So yeah.
You being a professional footballer, you've played against some really good players, some good strikers. Is there any player that stood out for you in particular? Another tough question. Someone's asked me this. Is there any particular player that's really stood out for you that you played against? You thought, oh, he's been so many shots at
Yeah.
goal, and
For me, I've been playing with so many great players as well. Also, my own team, I played with Daniel Aga. For me, one of the best defenders I ever played with. And he's not a striker, but as a
no,
defender, I could just see what quality he had when he came
yeah,
from Liverpool,
it was Liverpool,
straight
yeah,
to Brøndby. And I sometimes, as I say to my defenders as well, I try to give them some input from what I've learned, from what I've experienced, that I saw Daniel was doing, to give that, or pass that on, so they can just get an advantage in some games or in a duel. Just because, just looking at a player like that, you just instantly get more experience, or more learning from what you can do better. So
yeah,
it's great to see sometimes quality players, and then you think of, when you watch them play, that this is really amazing to see how much quality this player has. But also play with Timo Pukki as well, and great finisher, great worker, always eager to work hard for the team. Very, very, very decent player.
yeah.
Yeah, but there's many players I could mention, but
So many. You sounds like you've got a really good squad that you're playing in, a good group of players. Do you feel you can go great places this season?
sorry, what did you
You
say?
sounds like you're playing with some fantastic. You got a fantastic squad that you've got there. Some great experience. If you feel you're going to do really well this season, it's going to finish off really well.
Yeah, we got a great team in Bangkok United now. I think that the club did really well to maintain the players from last season. So we have a base of the players that's still here in the club for many years, and
Yeah,
I think also that's important for the team chemistry, to understand what each other's quality is, and also the weaknesses. So I think a lot of the hard work we've been doing the preseason has really paid off. and the team chemistry is really fantastic. We have very good players, national team players as well, and if we can maintain the start that we have already, then I couldn't see why we couldn't win the league this year. But of course, it's going to be a long season, and let's see when we're going to start it and what happens.
Fingers crossed for you for the remainder of the season. I'll be following your progress no matter what happens. I'll also be sending you your gloves as we go along as well. Just had a question come in. If you got the chance to play for Bromby again, would you do it? The question just come through.
Yeah. As I said before, I played in Bromby from when I was a really young kid, and growing up in the youth system, got my debut in Bromby as well. And for me, that's my club still to this day. And if I could ever see myself playing in Bromby again, yes, I could. But the way that my career has suddenly been, it's difficult to see where I'm going to end.
You just never know with football, do you, Michael? It's just
exactly
unpredictable sport in so many ways, isn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, any professional footballer would say the same when it can take so many different turns, and who knows where you could end up and what could happen this season. You just need to try and win that league where you are now. I want to wish you all the best from all of us here at AB1GK. We'll be keeping an eye on what you're up to. Keep tagging us with images and pictures of the games as you go. Any standout performances or anything, just make sure you tag us, and we'll be in touch regularly. And it's been an absolute pleasure. Thank you for joining me. It's been great to speak to you. I spoke to so many different people over the last couple of weeks. I've really enjoyed it, and getting yourself on. You're playing football in a totally different part of the world, so it's been really good to hear about your experiences. Really, really good. Thank you very much indeed, Michael.
Thank you
Best
so much.
Best wishes.
Thank you.
We will see you soon. Cheers.
Thank you. Cheers.
Bye-bye.